Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here we go. Here we go. 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
Quickly to the air is Burrow. Over the middle, it's complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call.
Even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Here we go, here we
So
go.
now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere.
Here we go,
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Here's Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one. And let him know he'll be back the very next series.
In motion left goes a tight end. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Play action now. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Prescott yet again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Touchdown! A 20-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Burrow now off the bootleg. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
11 empty.
Now it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now. 6-0 our score after 1.
Here we go.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Burrow looking to pass. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
You know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down. A give to Elliott. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll send Brown in motion right. Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Prescott now. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And they are able to add on to their advantage. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked.
Here we go.
Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And Burrow going to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Come on, ready?
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Gun.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now back to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Burrow will throw. Rolling to his right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Malik Hooker. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touch. NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 75 yards. downs. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Throwing is Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. They'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single.
From Cowboy territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Off the play fake. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Go it and go to something else and create another big play.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 5, here's 2nd and 5. Cousins now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. It's a foot race. The 40, 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Vikings, nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. Ready to get this next drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Got key 1st downs and big runs.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. play fake. Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They just did on that play.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Cousins on 1st down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Cook. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. The give is to Elliott. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. So that one will get him halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the...
Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Second and 5 now. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. On the move past the 40. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. 72 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
Kills.
speed, Speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. That for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They'll throw again. Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down.
10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Prescott. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Prescott to throw on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 35. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a 2nd one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Joseph connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Out set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get to field goal range. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 7 yards there and a first down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Nuwagu now for this end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So the offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. To throw is Cousins. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. On play action, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 75 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those two in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic relationship that puts a lot of defenses in a lot of stress.
I got to tell you, I've never heard synergistic before, but I guess that works, right?
It does on this game.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Elliott. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he is going to lose yardage here.
A loss urgent to tie this game. What play calls does he have on that sheet?
2nd down and goal. Prescott. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now Prescott. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick in the game forthcoming from 28 yards out. The kick by Maher is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage in the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Again, it's Cook. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. They go 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
48. Hey, we're good. Hey, can't.
Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. The try. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as it about set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's complete to Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. To throw, Prescott. Finding Schultz. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Prescott. Got a man. It's Brown. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Dak. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Prescott. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Back-to-back incomplete. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Here's Dak. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact, but that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.